Hey guys, in this video you're going to be checking out the Eachine Revenger 55. This is kind of an interesting looking brushless micro quad. It comes with the same motors that are in the Aurora 68, but this is a little bit smaller form factor. And that Aurora 68 came with a 20 by 20 flight controller stack. This is a 16 by 16. I got the FreeSky receiver here on top, flight controller there below the main plate. And then you got two kinds of ESCs. Actually, it's a 2-in-1 ESC and another 2-in-1 ESC. So instead of a 4-in-1 ESC, you have two 2-in-1 ESCs going to the 4 motor. So it's a interesting stack. It's quite tall, and you got the camera sitting on the bottom instead of on top. And that's because the props are coming so close together from the top here. There's really no place to put a mount for all practical purposes. So, it has interesting flight characteristics because the props are so close, and you got these, nice little prop guards. It is a 2S brushless, and the motors are 11,500 kV, the same ones that are on the Aurora 68. The props are 1535, I think those are 38mm props, and they're noisy, and it's very, very loud. The motors are mounted kind of interestingly. You got two screws there, two silver ones, then you got two different size screws here for the other two, and you got a shorter one here and a longer one here, but that's to mount this prop guard on here. It's a pretty stiff prop guard. I crashed it a few times and it hasn't cracked or broken. It does flex a little bit, and I think they spaced it out correctly this time. I'm not getting any prop strikes on the prop guard, which is good. For me, I'm not a big fan of these 2S brushless indoor micro quads. I feel like they're kind of heavy. I'm more of a fan of the 1S brushless micro quads for indoor use, but this flies pretty well. I flew it outside. I've tried flying it indoors, but this is kind of too fast for my house because it's too small. So I would prefer flying something like this outside, because on 2S, even with these small props and high kV motors, it does fly pretty fast. Let's see here, what else we got here? We got a buzzer here, and we got a video transmitter here. It's a 48 channel, 25 milliwatt, and it's separated from the camera. It's not all in one. So you got a little connector here for the power, and video goes to the camera, and that's the video transmitter. The receiver here is a FreeSky receiver D8 S-Bus, and you got a bind button right there. The battery goes underneath here. I just used the rubber bands, and there's two little hooks here to hook on the rubber bands. The battery that's included is 2-cell 400 milliamp hour. It's only a 30C battery. It's the same one that comes with the Aurora 68, and it's got the same problem that battery had. It's not. I don't think this is a strong enough battery for these high kV motors, even though it's spinning a very small prop and it's a small motor, 1102 size. Basically, as soon as I took off, the VBAT alarm, the buzzer, would go off. It's a warning that my voltage has sagged below my warning level. I set my critical level to 3.1 volts and my warning level to 3.2 volts. So I was going below, either going to 3.2 or below pretty much immediately from fully charged, and that's 4.2 volts. So these motors and this power system draws a lot of amps and current, sags the voltage in the battery almost immediately. Now, even with that happening, I didn't crash, didn't get any flips of death or brownouts from the receiver or any sort of failsafe. So I guess that's a good thing. But I think that if you want a more enjoyable experience and longer flight times, I'd say I'm try and find a better battery than this one. I'd say go to the 450 2S that came with the Aurora 100. That's a pretty good battery, although you might have some difficulty fitting it underneath here because it'll be probably wider than these little hooks here. So you probably need to find some sort of a stick battery around this size, around 400 milliamp hours. Unfortunately, I don't have one that actually works with this at this moment, so I wasn't able to fly with that. So this one I'm going to show you what I did in beta flight. I didn't upgrade it or anything. I just changed the rates and PIDs to the things I would like, and put in my modes for my transmitter. Checked to make sure the channels were mapped correctly and were working in the proper direction, and I charged the battery and then I went and flew it. And so I'll go ahead and I'll show you that flight footage after that as well. I think it flies okay. I think for something this small, the flight characteristics are kind of jittery, I guess. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but in any kind of wind, it does get bounced around a little bit, and it's because these props are so close together. It does make tuning a bit harder. You get a lot of prop wash because the props are so small and very, very close together like this. It does make the craft smaller, so it can fit into tighter gaps and such, but tuning is a bit of a challenge. Okay, so in this part of the next video, I'll go ahead and show you my Betaflight settings, and I'll put a CLI dump link in the description as well. Okay, we'll take a quick look at my settings. The serial receiver is on UR3, and I think it was D-Shot 600 out of the box. I don't think I changed this. Serial receiver on S-Bus, it's a FreeSky receiver. These are the VBAT settings I changed, and I forgot to change this from 3.5. Normally change this to 3.2, so that's probably why it was beeping so early. And here are my gyro and PID loop. I think this is the default. I didn't change that. All of these are the same. I just turned on air mode. Here are my failsafe settings. These are the PIDs that I went with. I think they fly pretty good. You'll see from the video flight footage that it flies okay. Here's my receiver settings. And this is how I set up my mode tab. Ooh, this thing is loud. It's already beeping at me. Can't believe it's already beeping. It is getting pushed around by the wind.